Welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you for another episode of the Golden State Warriors Fan Show. Of course, I am your host, Chris Bolton, and we have a very special guest with us, Dr. Nirav Pandya. Nirav, just how long have you been a Warriors fan?
So ever since I moved out to the Bay, so I've been here since 2011. So I'm originally from Chicago, so I've kind of been spoiled a little bit in my life. I kind of grew up with the Jordan era.
I say you've been surrounded by winners.
Exactly right. I had a little stop in Philly, caught the end of the Iverson era. So it's been I've been pretty spoiled. Yeah.
Nice. And just tell the people the saying that you told me on Twitter, about your fandom with Golden State.
Oh, absolutely. I always joke I'm an orthopedic surgeon by day, Dubs fan by night. But a lot of times with the way the season's been going, those both intermix a lot.
Man, I really appreciate you joining me. So Nirav, of course, the Warriors played Toronto. That was the last game we had, and it wasn't pretty. The Warriors lost that matchup 130-77, so a 53-point loss. Did you get a chance to watch the game and just tell me, what you feel like went wrong in that matchup?
Yeah, I was definitely watching it, and watching first quarter, second quarter, and I'm like, as a fan, I'm like, oh, geez, is this actually going to happen? Is this going to be the worst loss in franchise history? And I think for me, more than anything else, it really showed. I mean, we all know how important Curry is, but it really demonstrated how important he is for this team. Draymond was out as well too, but I think this could be the turning point in the season. I think a lot of that has to do with how they respond tonight. I mean, is this the end of the season, and are they going to kind of keep falling, or are we going to see like a comeback? Curry's going to lead the team, and they're going to get that energy again. So I was definitely worried by the amount that they lost.
No, that's a great point. Of course, you mentioned, they were without Steph, who's still been, that tailbone injury has been lingering and bothering him. So they gave him a night's rest. And then, right before the game, we find out Draymond Green, he's missing in action as well. But, those guys look like moving forward to this Atlanta game, they should be back and playing. But, I think we kind of learned a lot from the game against Toronto that maybe Steph, he might have a case for MVP. We saw just how important, how integral he's been to this team all season. It's been an up and down year. The offense will be missing. Sometimes when he's out on the floor, the offense is lacking. When he's on the floor, he is the offense. So I have some numbers for you real quick so we can discuss Steph's possible MVP case. Now, he's averaging 29 points per game, 6 assists, 5.5 rebounds, and his PER is 28.49. And the year he was the unanimous MVP, his PER was 31.5. So not far off, similar numbers. And one more nugget, Golden State without Steph has the 7th worst offense in the NBA history. Yeah. But with him on the floor, they're the 13th best in the league. So what do you think about that? Does Steph might have a case for MVP?
No, absolutely. And it's pretty amazing this year. I mean, he's had, Draymond's been in and out, new players around him, and just the way he's changed his game as well, too. He's driving more to the lane. He's being more physical. Absolutely. And I think the Toronto game really showed that. I mean, what other player could you take out? I mean, you see how the Lakers have been doing with Davis and LeBron out. No one's had that big a drop off. So I think that game really shows it. But absolutely, I think more so even than his unanimous MVP season, this is showing how important Curry's been. Even looking at last year, too, when Curry was out. I mean, the team just isn't performing at the same level. So absolutely, I think Curry has a strong case to be the MVP this year.
I know it's amazing when you mentioned, last season he was missing some action and how the team, was suffering. Of course, that's how the Warriors fell into getting the 2nd overall pick in the 2020 draft because Steph's injury. But and now, we always joke about when he's on the court, it's Stepherless, just how the impact and how he makes everything so much easier for everyone else and spreads the floor and just, draws that attention. Where would you rank him as a player in the NBA? Because, a lot of times people can forget about Steph. As crazy as that is to say, sometimes people can't forget about his greatness. Where do you think he ranks overall in the game right now with, a lot of the up and coming players, young players like Luka Doncic and stuff that we have emerging? Where is Steph in that top ranking of players?
I definitely think he's in the top 3. I mean, absolutely. And I think he doesn't get as much attention. I think part of it is there's definitely some East Coast bias, living out here on the West Coast, a lot of people don't see the games. But I think definitely top 3. I mean, you can always make a case for LeBron. I mean, just the way he's playing, even though he's been injured as well too. And Harden's been playing great, surprisingly. I thought that Harden coming out to New Jersey and maybe he's benefited a lot from Durant being out and having him take over the team. But I think
Right.
Steph, just the way he's playing and what he means to the team, I think that's the important thing we forget. We look at stats a lot, but if you get rid of some other players, maybe the team will go on. But without Curry, I mean, the Warriors don't have much, and I think that's really the case for him. And definitely top three. Definitely top three.
I got you. I like you. You gave a great explanation. So, moving forward, of course, the Warriors play Atlanta tonight. Atlanta's been rolling. They're 25-24. Of course, their interim head coach, Nate McMillan, he was just announced as the Eastern Conference Coach of the Month for the month of March. So he's been doing a great job with them. They're 6th in the East currently. Just what's your expectations for this game? It should be a fun one. Both these offenses with Steph and Trae Young can get up and down the court and make some points.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a statement game for Curry. I think he's going to come out. You're going to see hopefully maybe a 40, 50-point game tonight, scoring a lot, showing people that his tailbone, took last night off, 2 nights ago. I think it's going to be a great game. And I think anytime Trae Young's there, they always consider him the next Steph Curry, the long distance shooting. So I think Curry's going to be out there to show them. And I think, hopefully if Draymond plays as well too, I think the Warriors really want to show that this isn't the end of the road right now for them. They still have a chance at the playoffs, and that game from a couple nights ago was just a little outlier, and they'll really pull up big tonight.
All right, and you kind of eased on into my next topic. I have a game for you I want to play. Just a little over under. So first up, Steph Curry. He's been balling. Whenever he's on the court, you almost can slot him in for 29, 30 points. Over under 33 points for Steph tonight.
Over. I'm going
over. Okay. All right. Now let's slide next to Draymond Green. Of course, he's the floor general. A lot of the offense works around him with making the right reads, the right passes out of that pick and roll with him and Steph. Over under 8 assists for Draymond.
I think over, because Curry's gonna help him out with that a lot. So I think definitely over. Yeah.
If Curry has over 30 points, then you almost can guarantee Draymond has more than 8 assists. So it might be a double-double type of night for Draymond tonight.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. Now Steph can't be the only one scoring points for the Warriors to win. So Andrew Wiggins, over under 22 points for Wiggins.
I think you go under. I think it's gonna be an under game for Wiggins. Yeah.
Okay. Now, if it's an under game for Wiggins, he has less than 22. Who might be that next player that's, providing that scoring punch, that load for the Warriors to go along with Steph?
I think Oubre is going to have a big night tonight. I think they're having fans in Atlanta. Oubre really responds to the crowd. So I think Oubre is going to have a big game tonight.
Nice. Okay. And over under 115 points total for Golden State.
I'm going to go over. I think it'll be a high-scoring game. Not much defense, a lot of offense tonight.
Yeah. A lot of offense. All right, sounds good. That's what we love to see. All right, I really appreciate you joining me. Just real quick, Warriors fans, if you connect with me on LinkedIn, you can see our Golden State Warriors fan show in your feed. So provide your comments or questions for our show, and let me know if you want to appear on the show, just like Nirav did with me today. I really appreciate you, Nirav. Of course, maybe we can link up and do this again. Dub Nation, we got to keep this rolling.
Absolutely. Hopefully we got some more good news coming in, a little playoff run coming a couple months.
Definitely. All right, everyone. It's been another episode of the Golden State Warriors Fan Show. Hope you enjoy.
To host a fan show or appear as a fan on a fan show, simply create a profile on Fan Media's iOS app or website. Select your teams and make a short intro video on your phone. Show hosts, reporters, former players, and superfans can use our Get Verified feature and make an intro video as well, and our mobile newsroom staff will reach out.